Okay, I don't know what's happening. Let's see if Amanda jumps on and if I can add her. Hi girls! I am so sorry that this has been like a huge pain. I don't know what's happening. Of course I am. But I was thinking my phone had to be that way to bring Amanda on. Can you guys hear me?
Like vertical. Let's see. Okay. Can't hear anything. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, Jen, Rachel. Good to see you guys. I should be on here. We are having some technical difficulties. Erin, can you hear? Does anybody have any audio? Yeah, something's wrong with Charity. Can you hear Jerrica? All right. So apparently there's audio on mine, but not yours, Jerrica. Oh, there we go.
Okay. Is it too echoey on your end?
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Can
I
everybody
don't know.
else hear Jerrica? Let's see if everybody can hear. Erin says there. Yes. Charity says yes. So we're not side by side, Jerrica, but that's okay.
Yeah, because I don't know what's happening.
Okay. I am so excited that there's no echo. So are you just using your phone microphone?
Yeah, I am.
Weird. It usually really messes it up when you don't have AirPods. But this is really snazzy. All right. So we're in business. So let me just
Okay.
put my little phone in my stand here. So by the way, I'm here. I just got very nutritious lunch for these people. And Stella is going to be getting out of school pretty soon. So I wanted to just come here and be ready. But I didn't want to let today pass by without doing this very highly anticipated live video. So I'm going to make sure, okay, yeah, I can see the comments. Please make lots of comments, guys, if you have questions about the things we're talking about. Share with us what works for you in this area. And so, hey, let's get started. So my little list of all the dirt that I got on Jerrica before we hopped on, thanks Sarah Davies, is back at the house, but I'll try to remember what was on there. And so Jerrica joined. She hit elite in 1 day. Is that right, Jerrica?
That's right. 10 hours, actually.
10 hours after joining, she hit elite, literally same day. She ranked up to ambassador just 2 months later, right?
Correct.
And she doesn't miss events. There's no, absolutely, she's a no excuses type of lady. She showed up at her very first big event, which would have been Shine, right?
Yes, the official launch of Mascara Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually went by myself. I didn't know anyone,
Mm-hmm.
and none of my team was able to go. So I showed up and yeah, just met all of you guys.
We'll have to talk about what that was like in your journey in terms of events, one of these days too. I have been to an event by myself too, as well, and it's kind of like a humbling and almost like eerie feeling, but it's also super empowering. And so anyway, so Jerrica shows up. She's already an ambassador, and she's rocking and rolling. She sold over $88,000 worth of makeup since she started with mascara. She's a top ambassador now with a team of like over 100 people, right?
Just under 196.
Okay, so right there, almost about to break 100 on her team. She earned our incentive trip last year, honeymoon trip. And she was there in Cancun with everybody. I'm like so proud of myself how much I'm remembering right now.
Yeah, you're doing
Oh,
pretty
and then
good.
she's a mom, you guys. She's a cheer coach and a dance mom and a sports mom. And she has a job, like an actual go to the dentist office and work job, like part time, right, Jerrica?
When I started mascara, I was full time, but I recently went down to part time because of my Mascara Beauty income. I was able to do that.
Wow. That is fantastic. So, guys, she does lots of extracurricular things. She's there for her kids. She does have a part-time job and she runs her mascara business. Oh, and you're building a house right now, right?
Yes, we are.
So, sufficeth to say that Jerrica is a very busy person, but she has found some really creative, smart ways to run her business to really maximize the time that she does spend. Because give some hearts below, guys, if you've ever had like a party that was kind of like a flop. Like I've had a party once that literally was a zero, like there was a zero. What's happening? Son? Son,
What?
you're supposed to be watching the show.
I am.
He wants to come watch it in the front seat on this other camera. I'm like, can everyone just calm down? The original plan was to drop them off at home with my other older daughter and then come over here and get these other kids and have a little window, but I couldn't do that. So, anyway, hey, Kate Twig. So anyway, I've had flop parties before, and some of the tips that Jerrica is going to share are going to help reduce the amount of times that we all have to experience a flop party. So, Jerrica, can you just share with us a little bit about, your process really start to finish and some things that you do that you really attribute higher engagement and higher conversion of sales in the event? And by the way, this is great for any online event, like the Blush Bash, or if we do like a Meet Mascara event, whatever you're doing, a lot of the things she's going to share are going to be applicable to all these different areas.
Okay, so I was with another makeup company before I came to Mascara Beauty, and I had no intentions of leaving. I was very successful there, and it was called Tyra Beauty, and we went on our incentive trip, and we literally had been home for 5 days, and we got a call from corporate saying that Tyra Banks was closing down the direct sales, and they were going retail. So I took some things that I have done with beauty bash stuff. I learned from working that business, and I kind of brought it here. But there's things that I've added along the way that I think has helped a ton. I will say that if I'm doing an online makeup class for a customer who has a lot of guests who have never used Mascara Beauty, I treat that a little bit different than I treat like a recruiting event or a beauty bash. But I still do a lot of the same things. So my number one thing that I think helps parties be successful, or events or classes, whatever you want to call them, be successful, is really to be engaged and interacting with your guests all the time. So one main thing that I do for our beauty bashes, I know that some of the bigger ones that like corporate has done, or like Amanda and Kat and them have done, they tend to last 2 or 3 days. And one thing that I do that is a little bit different is I do a beauty bash for our team every other month. And just a quick shout out to Audrey Oliphant, who is on my team, because I absolutely could not do these events without her. I have the experience, but she's the mastermind and plans and does all of it. So one thing that I do is I work very closely just with one other artist on my team. I think it's great to get all of your leaders involved and kind of maybe delegate different jobs to them. But when you're trying to organize something like this, it's very important to work closely with 1 or 2 other people so that nothing gets oversight. When we do these beauty bashes, we do them in one day. So we typically do Thursdays because that's what works best for all of us. And we start at 7 in the morning, and our prize drawing is at 9:30 p.m. During the day, like while people are at work, that's when we have a lot of information posts going out, or like product posts going out, stuff like that. And so then at night from 7 to 9 is when we do our live videos. And we feel that that has got the most engagement because typically around that time, people are home from work, they're done with dinner, they're getting settled, kids might be laying down or doing homework, and they have the time to do it. It also has seemed to work better for us because sometimes when you do bashes that last 3 or 4 days, your customers feel like they have to commit to you for 3 full days. Or I know sometimes during those bashes that last a couple days, you're like, okay, well, the bash is coming to a close, but make sure you go back and you scroll through the information or watch the live videos. Well, at that point, if they've missed a lot, they kind of feel overwhelmed trying to go back and catch up on everything. And so we've stuck to just doing it in one day, and it works really well that way. Another thing that we have done that I think has been a huge factor in the success rate that we have is I have a script, and I can share it in the comments when we get done, but that I do. So when we have a beauty bash, usually like a week before, what I do is I will send personal invites. So either text message, email, or Facebook Messenger, however you communicate with your customers, you could do it that way. But I make it very personal. So I would send Amanda a message, and I would say, hey, Amanda, I just wanted to let you know that my team is doing this big beauty bash. We have these awesome giveaways. I know you've been loving your product, and I didn't know if you wanted to claim a spot in the event. So one thing that I do is I make it very exclusive. So I don't want people to think I have unlimited spots, because if I don't make it urgent or exclusive, they're not going to make it that way either. And so sometimes I'll even say, let me know by noon tomorrow if you want a spot. So you give them a deadline almost. Give them a deadline to let me know, are you claiming a spot? So, after I do that, if I don't get as many people as I want, then, maybe I'll post in my VIP group and say, hey, we're doing this big beauty bash. I have 5 spots left. Let me know if you want in. And then what I do is 3 days prior to the event, I start a group chat with my customers, and I just say, hey, I started this group chat. You guys are my VIP guests for this exclusive event with all these fun giveaways. And then every single day leading up to the event, I'm posting in that group chat, and I'm getting them excited, or you know, I'm posting a timeline of events like, this is what you guys should expect. And since we do ours on Thursdays, like on Wednesdays, I always do like wish list Wednesday. Hey girls, tell me what your wish list is, and let's see if we can bundle and save you money. Or, you know, if they want the B squared brush and the bronzer. The other thing that I like about that is when you have guests in that messenger that are super excited and they start engaging, it's like everyone does. So this last batch that I did, I think I had just under $1,400 in sales. So the live event was 2 hours, you guys, 2 hours and $1,400 in sales. And I honestly think my cousin was one of my customers, and for the wish list Wednesday, she was talking about how she was getting the clutch. Like, she had to have this clutch. 4 other people ordered the clutch that night.
What?
Like, they were not even going to order it. But it's like, when they have other influences, that helps too. And not just me, because they know I love they know that I love the clutch and the products. But I just think that the chat is just a great way for your customers to feed off each other even.
Yeah, let me just pause you for a sec and kind of review, because you have given us like the whole chicken, and as far as like nuggets go. Like, this is amazing. Okay, so number one, you get aligned with your team. That's number one.
Yeah.
And you work closely, make sure everybody's on the same page, and you work closely with a couple people who you know will be available and committed to helping you execute on this huge event. That's number one. Yeah. Number two, you choose one day. You kind of make it short and sweet, and and get in and get it done and have a lot of fun, and you're not dragging the thing on for too long. Number three, you're making personal invitations.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna drop one extra nugget right here. If you guys are ever like putting out a live video or something, I love to do like a tutorial, and then I love to invite people a couple times throughout the video, because sometimes people join late or maybe they leave early the video. I like to just invite people a couple times to, hey, drop invite below. Just type invite below if you'd like more information about this neat event that I'm doing. And sometimes you'll get people write invite. And sometimes you don't. But I like to sort of put it out there that this is happening and have the person raise their hand, and then you follow up with them. And typically, sorry, about 1 in 4 people will actually show up. So a nice wide net, right? If you're like, man, how many guests do I want at this party? 10. All right, that means I need to invite like 40 people. And it doesn't have to take a long time. You can copy and paste like the actual information part of the message, and just add a personal note on the beginning of each message. Hey, I thought of you because blah, blah, blah. I know you've been watching some of my videos and you were curious about the makeup. I thought maybe you'd want to come check it out. Here's the information, whatever. Or you can say, let me know if you would like the information or if you would like an invite, and I'll get you in. And that way it's their choice to kind of come in. Hold on. Look at that kid. She's blowing up the balloon. It's like this hissing noise. Hazel, stop. Hazel, don't do that. Okay, no. I knew that this balloon, Easton got this on the last day of school today. He brought that in, and I go, nope, no. Don't want that in my car. Some kid's going to be throwing it. I'm going to crash the car. No, do not play with that in the car. I'm about to just have them go play at the park behind me by themselves. No, you can't do that. So anyway, nice wide net, okay? 1 in 4 people, and then putting them in a group chat. You said like a week before? Or
no,
like 3 days before?
So I do this like 3 days before, and
yeah.
I post like twice a day in the message group.
Okay, and you will, if you guys are sitting there wondering, well, what kind of things do you know, do you write in there? What kind of messages do you add into the group message? Jerrica said she would be more than happy to share kind of 3 days before, 2 days before, one day before. I love the wish list Wednesday.
Yeah.
That is blowing my mind right now. I have sold, I don't know, probably fewer than 10 clutches in my entire mascara career. Like, I don't sell that many clutches. And the fact that you sold 4 in one day just because somebody in the group was like feeding that energy of like, I'm excited about that product. It's like, ooh. So, okay. So pick back up. So now it's like the day before the event, right? Because that was Wednesday. What do you
Right.
do the day of?
So, like the day of the event, I send out a little message and I just say like, "Oh my gosh, tonight's the event! I'm so excited. Here's our like our order that we're gonna do our live videos in." And so I send them that, and it kind of tells like the artist that's doing it and what they're doing. And then I maybe check in again, and I'm like, you know, it's 2 hours until party time, and the whole point of the message is because
Mm.
you want people to know how much work that you put into this, and you want them to know that you're depending on them, like they're taking up a spot in your event and you're depending on them to be there and be active. And the other thing that I do, you do not have to do this, and I let all my artists choose what they want to do, but the one thing that I do is I announce like the day before or the day of the event. I just send out a message that's like, okay, guys, I can't keep it a secret anymore. I'm so excited for this event. I'm going to do a mystery hostess. Use this link to order tonight, and then at the end of the event, we'll draw a winner. So that's something that I do just for my guests. It's not included in the beauty bash. It's not like a giveaway from the beauty bash. But here's the nice thing about it. So let's say you sell $1,000 in the beauty bash, and then you give away those party perks, and someone has 4 half price items. So they're going to order again. They're going to order those half price items. Now, I don't advertise my half price items that they can use their product credit. So I will just tell them like, hey, you know, congratulations, you won the party perks. You get $200 in free product and 4 items 50% off. So then when they send me their list and they get the 4 items 50% off, I just upped my sales again because I'm getting the difference of the 50% off items, and anything they go over their product, their free product.
Yeah, I am so excited about that too. And for those of you who maybe don't know, Mystery Hostess is the only like legit compliant way we as artists are allowed to essentially incentivize somebody making a purchase, actually having dollars attached to that activity and that prize. So you can give away prizes. I don't think so, son. He just thought he could help himself to my beverage. There's no way. Not today. This is an interview, a really special one, right? We've had a lot of great interruptions from technical difficulties to party pals. But yeah, I mean, you guys can totally privately to your group of 10 guests, let them know one of you 10 who orders with this link before 9 p.m. tonight will win $200 in free makeup. And they could order one thing and they'll still be entered to win, right? And so I love that that creates a sense of urgency in order to earn those rewards. And also like a little bit of FOMO, like, oh, what's she getting? And well, maybe I should get that too. And then upping your sales at the end. That's totally awesome. So how do you close it all out at the end?
So usually Audrey goes live and she does a thank you and she draws our for our prizes. So one thing, this is another thing that we do a little bit different. I know the last big bash that I did, I think like Kirsten Tyrell put on, it took a couple days to get the prizes announced, which is fine because, you know, you have a ton of guests, like that's fine. But when the reason that in our small team beauty bash, we draw right then and there. And I think that's another reason that we have such success is because people, we as human beings love instant gratification. Like we love knowing right away, did we win? What did we win?
Yeah.
And so when we, you know, like we have a screenshot post for orders and then they get points for participating throughout the event. And then we put all of that into a bucket and we go on and we just draw names live and we like shout them out and we're cheering them on.
Oh my gosh. You
And
put all the names of the guests literally on paper.
Yes.
Cut up the little slips of paper and you just draw.
Yep.
Okay.
And it is, I mean, it is 100% a ton of behind the scenes work, which is why like Audrey and Lacey and I, we really have a system going now. And so that helps a lot. And it helps that we're local. So we go, Audrey, an ambassador on my team, and she's a photographer. So she has her own photography studio. So actually, when we have like local artists that want to do live videos in the events, we all just go to Audrey's studio and we do our live videos from the studio and we help cut out names and we're like looking guests up and making sure they participated to get that point. And then, so it is a lot of behind the scenes work, but the live prize drawings is crazy. Like people are up, they wait up and they're on there and there's like hearts flying all the time on your live video. Like they love it.
So talk about the behind the scenes and preparation too a little bit more. So because like to get a prize, let's say someone does like a bronzer tutorial and the prize on that video, sometimes I like to do like one prize per video, small prizes, right? Almost always like mascara swag. Or if you have other prizes, there's like, or do you just do like, here's all the prizes and we're going to pick the winners all at the same time?
Yep. So we don't do prizes for videos. We try to do like 9 to 12 prizes, depending how many artists sign up and how much money we have. So we usually do like a Kate Spade purse, or like Michael Kors sunglasses. We did this last one we did Top Fox sunglasses with a $50 gift card to Swimsuits for All. We do mascara products too, like an artist palette or the bronzer bundle. I'm trying to think. If you're on my team and you're on, say what other prizes we've had. I don't know. We've done it all. We've done like an Echo Dot. We've done a Kindle, a mini iPad. We did a really cool, like you can't do alcohol, but we did like margarita glasses with different flavored margarita salts for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, fun.
So, and ours are always kind of themed like that. So, and then we do mystery prizes. So sometimes we just throw in like little mystery prizes and it might just be like a $15 Visa gift card or a $25 gift card to Target or whatever. So the prizes really just depend on how many artists sign up to do it and what type of money we're working with.
Okay, and then you just look at the guests in the group, and then you just literally, do you have your artists fill out a form or anything? Like, here are my 15 guests.
So what happens is, and this is all Audrey. So I think Audrey's on here, and you guys should be giving her a ton of love because she's amazing. But so what Audrey does is, so when we create this group, okay, and people, they get their artist, and then 2 days before the event, they have to add their artist to this group. So we don't just send a link and say, have your guest add themselves. We make the artist add their guests. So if I have a list of like 20 people, I'm going to go through and add those 20 people to this group. As Audrey approves them, she keeps a list and says, okay, Amanda Ernest added by Jerrica. Lacey Carpenter, added by Jerrica. So she
Okay.
has a list of everyone's names. So
Okay.
then, which is not as bad as it sounds, because most people, how we do ours, you pay $10 for 10 guests or $15 for unlimited guests.
Yeah.
So then what we do is we go through and, so let's say we have my guest list. So we're going to search Amanda Ernest. Okay, it looks like she commented on that live video. She commented on this post. So she's getting her participation, you know?
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. You
So we
search
just,
the group for the person, and
yes,
then Facebook will spit out all the engagement that person has participated in.
correct.
Okay.
And that kind of stuff we can start doing right away. So like, even because we have posts that go throughout the day. So even when we're all at Audrey's studio and it's 7 o'clock and the first welcome video so I'm on welcome, the other girls that are there, they can be using their iPads or laptops to start searching like customers' names and make sure they've been participating.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the prize picking is kind of a process for you, but it's not as involved as it may sound at first glance.
Yes.
One thing I'm just thinking, this is just an idea that I have, but once a person invites a guest to a group, the guest still has to like click a button that they accept the invitation before they're in the group. Right?
Which is where your group chat is. That's where your group chat is going to come in handy too, because you can link that group to your messenger and say, hey, Amanda, I see that you haven't accepted your invitation to the event yet. Make sure you click on that and accept it.
Yeah, I feel like that's just logistical issues a lot of times are a problem, especially with like Facebook version 87.0. It seems like they're always changing.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't even realize that they're not even in the group yet.
Yes.
And then they miss the whole thing. So I love that.
And that's one reason why we do have our artists add their guests 2 days before the event, because by that time, you know, you've already created your chat group with them. So you can be sending that group link over and over and over and making sure that they're in there. And then as admins like Audrey and Lacey and I can go through and we can say, okay, Jerrica, you have Deb Kelly, because she's always one that doesn't accept. Deb Kelly and your mom still haven't accepted their invitation. So I'll go in and I'll be like, Mom, go accept your invitation. You know, so it's nice to be able to do that and have control of who has and hasn't accepted their invite.
Yeah, another idea, and I'm just like, I was going to say this a second ago, is you could have your artists just easy fill out a quick Google form or type form or jot form. And it's like, hi, what's your name? This is my name. Okay. Enter your guests. How many guests do you have? You know, whatever. And enter all the names of your guests below. And then you could take that data because it puts it into a spreadsheet already. And that way you have it. It's like this person, then it has all of these guests, and then it'll be separated. So you should try it. See if that makes things easier, because then it's essentially the artist inputting their own guests. Yeah. And then it's just showing up for you on this form. So you can just click the data and boom, it's all there. But then you would still have to look and search their name, make sure they participated and stuff like that. Okay, sorry. Okay, I was going to ask you one more question. I'm not sure. What was it? Does anybody else have any big questions for Jerrica? As far as wrapping it up, sending thank yous, what do you do, Jerrica, if you ever get somebody who didn't order? Oh, yeah, and this is a question I was going to ask you. Answer that one, and then also answer, what would you say to an artist who feels nervous that she's going to be bugging her guests by say, here's the group link again. Here it is the second time. Okay, we're 2 days out. We're 3 days out. We're 1 day out. Sometimes I feel like I hear from artists they're afraid to be redundant and to be annoying. But I'm actually I actually feel like I really like when people follow up with me because I forget.
So the nice thing about this, because we do these every other week, I have customers who consistently participate in these events. And so in my group chat, I send a thank you, like, thank you guys so much for participating and purchasing during this event. Our next one is going to be in July. If you wish to attend the next one, let me know and I'll add you to my list. So it's like they already got an in on the next one. One reason that and I also shout them out in my VIP group. I feel like I do almost all of my business through my VIP group, and I feel like it's very important when you get orders, not even for a beauty bash, but I always post thank yous because I feel like people follow the trend. So if they see all these people ordering the same thing, and I say like, oh my gosh, thank you, Amanda, for your order of your Bella Bronzer. You know, thank you, Lacey, for your Bella Bronzer order. If they're like, why is everyone ordering Bella Bronzer? I need it too. And so that's something that I have done is I always post thank yous. It's something that has helped me a ton. And as far as like bugging them, I feel like if you invite your guests a certain way, they're the ones that have, you know, wanted to join this event. You gave them an out by saying like, no pressure, but just let me know if you want in on this event. And so I feel like at that point, you almost just have to put it in their hands if they feel like they're being bugged. I mean, I don't know. I just wouldn't worry about it because I feel like at that point, you've asked them if they want to be in on the event. No, I don't know.
No, yeah, no. I was telling them no. All the carpool pals are just getting here. Quiet on the set, people. I'm on an interview. I'm almost finished. No. Okay. I'm just like super into this video, and I'm really sorry that it's been so distracting behind me this afternoon. This was supposed to be an empty car this whole time. But I love that you essentially do recognition posts for your customers. That's essentially what that is. Yeah. And you put the post up on your VIP group, or do you ever post it on like your Facebook timeline or their Facebook timeline?
So if I feel like I'm having maybe like a slower month, or there's when I first started, I did everything on my personal page because I needed to build up, you know, like my exposure. And so one thing that I would do is when I stopped working Thursdays, I would schedule makeovers from like 11 to 2 because that was nap time at my house. And so I would, even on my public Facebook, I would say like, you know, free makeovers to build my portfolio. Let me know if you want to come. And I would have like a time slot. So like 11 to 11:30, 11:30 to 12. So as people would take those spots, I would fill in their name in that spot. So then when it's on Facebook, it shows on my page, it shows on their page, and I tag my VIP group. So I'm getting new members in my VIP group. I'm exposing my mascara beauty business on my page. Plus now I just exposed myself to all of their friends, and they're like, what's mascara beauty? I want to come for a free makeover. So then it was almost like there was a lot of times that I would have someone scheduled and they'd message me and say, hey, my friend Ashley saw your post on Facebook. She wants to know if she can come with me for a makeover. And so I do a lot of posts on my personal page. This last month, what month is this? June. In May, I had a personal record sales month and I sold over $6,200 worth of makeup.
Oh my gosh.
And so at the end of the month, I posted a big long thank you on my personal Facebook page, and I tagged every single customer who had ordered in the month of May. And I had over 50. So I had to go to the comments and tag them there. But I got 17 new group members just from that post.
Whoa. Okay. So my mind is blown. I mean, naturally. This is why we wanted Jerrica on here, and this is why I wanted to do this interview style, because I knew there would be so many things that came up as you were sharing that we want to ask more questions about. And so essentially, when the party's over and here's the prizes and you got your orders in, the party doesn't stop there, because you're getting so much social proof. You're showing gratitude, right? When you tag somebody else on your personal feed, it also shows up on their personal feed, right? I love that you specified when you were new as an artist, you did everything from your personal feed because that's where you had eyeballs.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's something I get really on a soapbox about. It just, when I see like a new artist just only sharing mascara to like the 10 people in the group they created last Tuesday, and then they're frustrated that they're not getting engagement and orders, and it's like, that's an empty theater.
Yep.
There's nobody in that theater. You're like playing the movie in the wrong place. Go where the people are, and slowly, if you feel like that's the way you want to build your business, you can move people into a group or a business page down the road. For me personally, I was in the direct sales business for nearly 4 years before I started a business page. I did everything from my personal, and just recognizing, you could even recognize on your personal feed, thank you, Susie, for your recent order. And you could do like a beautiful graphic. What I've been doing lately is I've been doing testimonials on my Instagram stories, and I've been tagging them. And sometimes they even add that to their story. And all of a sudden, it's like this really cute Instagram story post about how great this person is. And they'll add it to their story. Oh, thank you, Amanda Ernest. Love my makeup. Right? So the same idea totally works even on Instagram. And I've even been doing, like, I recognized Kat on my Insta stories and Sarah for earning the Disneyland trip the other day. And they were able to add it to their stories. So I think recognition, just everything from your artists to your customers in all of these different ways, is just a really cool way to expand your reach and get, like you said, new exposure to other groups of people who you don't know. But because you have mutual friends, you know, they're more likely to want to come click over and see what it is that you're up to.
Right. And I will say, when I switched from Mascara Beauty, when I switched from Tyra Beauty to Mascara Beauty when Tyra closed, my VIP group started with 53 people. I had 53 people in it, and now I have just over 1,300 in my group. And one thing that I did when I first started here too is you guys, I'm someone that is like, I'm not walking, I'm taking off running, and I'm going, like, I'm doing this thing. And so when I enrolled, for the first year, I would say I probably did in-home parties once a week. Once a week I did in-home parties, and I never left that party without booking another party. And my goal at that party was to book with someone I didn't know. Because if I can book with someone I don't know, it's a better chance I'm going to get introduced to a whole bunch of more people that I don't know. And so I started doing that. I did an event where this lady at the party was a hygienist, and I, got in touch with her. And now I go to their dental office, you guys, once a month, and I showcase all of our new products, and they all order their refills and they order new products. Once a month, I always know that I'm going to have them on my schedule. So I know that our generation is so social media based, but I can 100% say that if you can get the makeup on people's face and you can continue to build those clients. So now that I just hit 2 years on June 1st with Mascara Beauty, and I'm hardly having to do any in-home stuff because I already have that customer base built, and they're already coming up and they're referring their friends, and their friends are trusting them. And so you have to really work smarter and not harder.
Last question I want to ask you before we hop off. how do you see the booking party to the next party to the next party translating into your virtual party strategy? And how do you invite guests, let's say in like last week's Beauty Bash, how do you invite them to host even Facebook parties?
Okay, so this is a great example because I actually have in-home class tonight with a guest who was a guest in my Beauty Bash last month.
Mm-hmm.
So she had used Mascara Beauty products before. She had never done a Beauty Bash. And so then, of course, you know, when they're so used to seeing how I do my makeup all the time, you know, they get exposed to so much more when you do a Beauty Bash because maybe the way that Lacey does her bronzer or they like the way that Amanda does her brows, you know, so it's a nice way for your customers to also see different products and different ways that people do them. And so, so she was a guest at my Beauty Bash and she was like, gosh, like her wish list for Wish List Wednesday was ginormous. And so after the Beauty Bash, I'm like, hey, I wanted to reach out to you because I know that you have a ton of stuff on your wish list. And I didn't know if you would be interested in hosting an in-home party since we're local. And you could invite, you know, 5 or 6 of your girlfriends or your mother-in-law, and I'll come over and do makeovers. And so she is hosting a party tonight at 5 o'clock. So I think it's just a lot. You guys, following up with people is so important.
Yeah. Yes. And just making that invitation. So she was able now to earn tons of free makeup, right?
Yeah.
Or she will tonight. Okay.
Right.
So awesome. Well, guys, we're going to hop off now. This has been such a valuable video tutorial interview today. Jerrica, you are such a star. I mean, to break your personal sales record last month, all these amazing things that you've learned essentially by just doing it, right?
Right.
There's no like, there's like no college course you can go sign up for and learn this stuff. It is truly by just doing the learn knowledge, the activity knowledge, learn activity, try it again. And what a blessing to have you being so willing and sharing with us so abundantly, and with so much humility too. You guys, she is a boss, okay? She's like this close to influencer, and she's a totally amazing entrepreneur and a huge inspiration to me, Jerrica. So thank you again. Watch the comments below. Yeah, for any questions, maybe we can just chat in the comments if you guys have questions. And Jerrica, if you could check back on the thread, you know, throughout the day or something as you have some time. And I'm really tempted to like rewatch this whole thing and take actual notes and put up like some best practices on our website or something. Did you guys see that ball? I told you they were going to throw the ball in the car. Yeah. Okay. So we'll be back. We'll be able to maybe kind of wrap this up and kind of sum it all up and put it in a place for reference. But in the meantime, just comment below. Jerrica is going to type out her little messages that she likes to send to the group, which you can take and tweak so that it sounds like you. And hopefully this video served you guys today. Okay. Thanks again, Jerrica. So Jerrica, now I'm going to hop off, but then you're going to end the video and then just upload it to HD and hopefully it'll save here in Team Freedom. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay. Thank you, girls, so much. I will post the comments or post all of my templates in the comments and let me know if you have questions. I'm going to an event tonight, but I will log on tomorrow and try to answer questions as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a good weekend.